The number one hit music station, Q1075. I'm Laddie. It is 7:21, 55 degrees out. Coming up at 9 o'clock, we have Mandy Thomas from The Voice. She won the knockout round yesterday, or Monday. Now we're going to have her on the phone. But also on the phone with us right now is Don Lawler and Cindy Thymius from the Wedding Association. Hey, guys, you there?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, thank y'all so much for coming on the show with us today. It's early, but we definitely appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
We're excited to be here.
So we've worked with the Wedding Association before. I did Wedding University with you both, and you're both wonderful people, and we had such a fantastic time. Now we're doing something completely different, which is apparently the new normal. We're going to be having a virtual wedding. Now, we'll get into that a little bit later on, but we're going to talk to y'all for a few minutes. Cindy, I got to ask you a question. You have your own photography company. How long have you been a professional photographer, and what's the name of your company?
So it's very easy. It's Cindy Thymius Photography, and I'm a wedding and portrait photographer. I photograph weddings, engagements, high school seniors, families, newborns, you name it. And Laddie, I've been doing this since 2003, so this is my 17th year going into business.
Wow, you're just getting started. Also, Cindy, let me ask you, what's important when people are looking for a photographer for their wedding?
Well, there's a lot of things that a bride and groom should be looking for, for their, wedding photographer. They should look and make sure they have their business license. They should make sure that all of their work is coherent. They should look at their social media sites. They should look at reviews, and they should make sure that the body of work is great, because you could have one or two images that look good online, but you need to make sure that you're looking at a whole body of work as well, because we can show one or two great images, but your wedding day is more than just one or two images.
Right, and then a lot of people, they do want their pictures, but also they want video of the experience as well. Don Lawler, he is with Storytellers, and he is a videographer. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing fine, Laddie.
A lot of people do want that video as well. Let me ask you this. What are people looking for when it comes to a videographer for their wedding, and certain things you do want in your being filmed and things you don't want being filmed?
But, I'm a former documentary filmmaker. I did work for PBS, and I like telling stories, and I believe that the ones that resonate the most, this is my 20th year to be doing wedding stories. What really resonates is when it feels like them, when it feels like their love story, when it incorporates all of the people that they love from their wedding day and the wedding party, their family and friends.
Yeah, a lot of people they want to have. They'll say, "I film my whole wedding, film everything." Is that important, or is there certain parts of weddings that need to be filmed more than others?
That's a great question. We tend to film all the main moments because they're what really counts. But we also are pretty good at observing people and anticipating things that are going to happen. And because we interview the couple beforehand, we know who's important to their story. So we're looking to cover anything that's important that day to that couple.
Cindy, a lot of people want their pictures. The first thing they say is I'm done with my wedding. I've got everything that I need, and now I need my pictures. I need them back right now. I need to put them all over Facebook and Instagram and let everybody know, even though they attended my wedding, I need these pictures right now. What advice would you give somebody when they're looking for a photographer when it comes to getting back, speed of pictures?
Okay, well, there's a lot to that question, Laddie. First of all, when you are giving advice to a bride for her wedding day and choosing a photographer, you're working with that photographer a lot. There's a lot of emotions, high and low, and you want to make sure that you mesh, that you gel with your photographer because, a lot happens on a wedding day. So, make sure that you get along with your photographer, that she rolls with the punches, that she can take things in stride. And so that's for the wedding day itself. And then after the wedding day, you're right. I mean, they're excited. They want their pictures. They've seen the sneak peeks. And this has happened to someone I know and love very dearly. She didn't go with her trusted friend, Cindy. She went with someone else who was, a little bit cheaper. And this photographer did not back up the equipment on a hard drive, and it crashed.
Oh, wow.
And she lost all of her beautiful wedding images, and she can't get that day back.
Oh,
so you
my.
need to make sure that all of those images are backed up to an offline, storage site. So if, God forbid, your computer crashes, you still have those images, you know what I mean, that you can access later.
Oh, that is
just
horrible.
Make sure that your photographer has that, all the necessary things to make sure your images are safe.
Oh, that would be the worst thing ever. You go through the entire experience and don't have a single memory to remember. Wow.
Exactly.
Don, you say you're a storyteller, and I've seen your work before. I've worked with you before, and you do a fantastic job. I can vouch for that. Let me ask you this, though, and kind of what Cindy was saying. There's a lot of emotions that are going on, and you just touched on, you talk with the couple, and you kind of figure out what they want. What about like behind the scenes filming and things like that, just where like people see a different glimpse of it, maybe people getting ready to a point or like the after effects of wedding? Do you do like before and after videography?
Yes, we do. It depends on how much access the couple wants to give us and how many hours we're actually allowed to be there or how many crew members I have. In certain cultural weddings, we may have to have a female videographer in one room or another part of the building and a male in another. It just depends. It depends on them, and everything we do is custom. And I spend a lot of time trying to get to know them as a couple and their story before we start filming, so my crew is ready to go. You mentioned time, how much they want it fast. We all do these days, but we actually do have a unique team together and with years and years of experience, and are able to actually do what we call a same-day edit. And it's just a very short highlight reel that we show at the wedding reception that is kind of a wow factor. I say it's like a David Copperfield trick, because most video will take 3 to 6 months to produce for a wedding.
Right. That's pretty impressive. That is actually a wow factor, That just happened. We literally just got married. Now we're over here dancing, having a good time on the dance floor, and we're rewatching what just happened.
Yeah, and the neat thing is we sit the couple down in front of the screen, in front of all their friends at the reception, and they get to see themselves get married right away. So it's pretty quick. That is
fantastic. And coming up here in 3 minutes, we're going to be talking, of course, with Cindy and Don. We're doing the coolest thing ever. We're going to have a virtual wedding where you can say, I do, with the Q. That's coming up next. Q1075 Morning Show.
Q1075, keeping you updated on the coronavirus pandemic.
The number one hit music station, Q1075. I'm Laddie with the Lucky and Hope in the morning. It is 7:32. It is 55 degrees out. It's going to be raining pretty much all day long. Coming up around 8 o'clock, we're going to have Dr. George Flynn on the show with us. He's going to give us an update about the coronavirus. But right now on the phone with us, we have Cindy Thymius and Don Lawler. They're with the Wedding Association. Hey, guys, you there?
Hey,
Good morning.
Hey, thanks again for coming on the show with us. I know it's early, but this is a really cool thing that we're doing here, and we're really excited to have both of you with us.
Great, thanks. We're excited about it, too.
Cindy Thymius is with Cindy Thymius Photography. Don Lawler is with Storytellers. Cindy is a photographer. Don is a videographer. Now, what we're doing for you is the coolest thing ever. Because of the coronavirus, a lot of people had to postpone and or cancel their weddings. But you can say, I do with the Q. We're literally going to throw you a virtual wedding, complete with everything. Flowers, cake, photos. And the Wedding Association is helping us with this. We're partnering with us. Cindy and Don are going to be part of this awesome experience. Cindy, how cool do you think this, new normal is and the wedding that we're going to be doing? How cool do you think that is?
Well, that's a loaded question. First of all, I don't think it's cool that we're in this situation, but I do think that it's cool that we can think outside the box and do something for the couples who've had to, postpone this day that they've been planning for a year,
Right.
So I'm glad that we can be there for them and do this.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You know, no one wanted to be in this situation, and no one asked for it, and that's a fact. And you guys know, Don, let me ask you this. When it comes to day one of saying, all right, you get proposed, you're going to get married, like, it's over a year most of the times, right, that people plan to get married and have weddings?
That is correct.
And so now people's weddings got postponed. I personally know 3 people whose weddings were canceled or postponed. And so we're doing this. So I think it's really cool that we're actually being able to offer this to somebody. Cindy, what's your role going to be in this virtual wedding that we're having?
Okay, well, a virtual wedding is just that, where you have, the couple and the minister, and then you've got the photography and you've got the videography. And with the photographer, we're supposed to be taking pictures. Well, with the stay-at-home order, that makes it a challenge. And so I guess the listeners are going to have to wait and see how we're going to make this happen. We don't want to give it away too much. But what I will say to the winning couple is they're not going to be disappointed. So
Right. For what we have, it's going to be a fantastic event. And of course, Don, people are going to want it videoed. What's going to be your position with the virtual wedding?
Well, okay, I was going to give you all the secrets, but I'm going to go with Cindy. I'm not going to tell all the secrets, but I've already really been thinking hard on this. Because it's tough. I'm actually planning on having 3 cameras that will magically record this and project it on Zoom recording with you guys. So another David Copperfield trick.
That's awesome. Cindy, of course, when it comes to the pictures, you said it's going to be it's a difficult task, but we're going to make this thing happen. How many people do you think would be able to watch this virtual wedding?
Well, watching is one thing. Don is kind of in charge of the whole video concept where a lot of people can do like the Zoom live or, kind of call in and do the Zoom thing. And so the radio station, I think, will be in charge of that. And that's just because of the situation that we're all in. It's sad, but it's great that we have this technology where people can kind of come in and celebrate with them, at that moment in time to see that. But we want to emphasize, celebrate your love now, but let's have the party later. We want to be there with you when, the world gets back to normal. Let's have this big party and celebrate with you and make it a great time. So,
yeah, that's awesome. We're really excited about that. And we know it's going to be a struggle, but it's going to be a really cool event because, like you said, we're going to celebrate your love, but you're going to be partying later on. And right now, we're just celebrating that first part. There's other different surprises, too, that we're not going to talk about. We got a lot of cool stuff going on. Don, what would be the turnaround of having the whole... maybe like a guesstimation. What would be the turnaround of starting filming and when the wedding's over to where people could actually, whoever the couple wins, they could get it and share it out to all their friends?
Well, that'll be partially coordinated with the radio station, but... we will be going live on Zoom,
right?
On the date that the station is set, and Brian, your engineer, will be recording it and posting it. Probably, I'm not going to say, but it is definitely possible for him to post it within 24 hours for sure.
That's awesome.
For playback.
Awesome, guys. But
their family and friends will be invited, and they can be on the Zoom call.
Now, look, I talked to Marty on Monday, and I already told her I've got a tuxedo shirt. That's all I'm saying.
I love it.
So, Cindy, I'm going to need some pictures of myself. If not, I'll send them. I'll take them and send them to you. Don, I need some video. If not, I'll send it to you as well. But I got to be involved in here somehow, some way, shape, or form. Okay.
That works.
We'll make sure you're the MC.
Oh, that's fantastic. I could definitely do that. Hey, guys, thank you so much for coming with us. Cindy, if people would like, this whole thing's going to end one day, all right? The coronavirus, we're going to get back to normal, and we're going to have real weddings. We're going to have real need for everybody. If somebody is looking for a photographer, Cindy, how can people get in touch with you for your services?
Yes. So once the world gets back to normal, I would love for them to contact me. My website is www.photography.com. My number is 901-592-8080. I'd love to talk to you.
And of course, Don, they're letting people have longer videos on Twitter and on Instagram, and they need to see and put these videos of their wedding on all the social media when this whole thing is over and people need you to film their wedding. Don, how can people get in touch with you as well?
Yeah, my web address is storytellersmemphis.com, and my phone number is 901-485-3027.
Awesome. Guys, thank y'all so much for hanging out and actually doing this with us. Like I said, it's obviously the new normal right now, and we would not be able to do this without you and the Wedding Association. So, Cindy, Don, we both appreciate you guys, okay?
Hey, thanks for having us.
You got it, guys. I'll see you at the wedding.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.